We're in pen. No, I don't want pen. Summer cloudy. I want New Rochelle. Newark Liberty. That's what I want. That's what I want. Good night, CompuFreak. More like it. Open the doors. Let's get... Get that one over to there. Let's hep on. ATC, access, alerter. Don't need the marker lights. Hey, oh, there's a control panel in here. There is. Battery, maintenance, pantograph is for rear, machine room lights, HEP selector, normal. Good. Cab light off, desk console light off, MCB is closed, put it in forward, wipers off, ditch light off, front headlight bright. Right, I think we're set up now. Oh yes, and miles per hour. Good shout. Brakes to come off. Let's get rolling. Non-stop to New York Penn. Problem is, this loco is close enough to looking and sounding and feeling like a German loco. I'm now ultra paranoid about exceeding 40. That's the swing right to nearish to Grand Central Terminal we've just gone through. We're taking the left-hand run, continuing on the northeast corridor towards New York. Right, we're good up to 100. Doubt we'll get to 100 before the 80, but we can push it. Where did I start from? New Rochelle, right at the very north of the route. So that's New Rochelle there. That's where it would come into Grand Central Terminal, around that way. Access is already counting me down. Gets us down to 80. Probably get counted down to 45 shortly. But that won't stop me trying to make the 100. Right, now we're getting speed dropped. Time to penalties going up. It's currently braking at 0.5 meters per second by the looks of it. Release the air brakes. Use the dynamics to trim us down further. It's 45 is what we're aiming for. That's it. Access is disabled. Oh, if you can send me a list of that stuff. If you go through it, Tordo can send me a list of some stuff. I'll feed that back to the localization team. Over the bridge at 45. Just give it a little bit more power to get sped back up to the 45. In a minute we'll get back up to 70. Are you supposed to use a horn when crossing a bridge? I've no idea. I'm not aware of that rule, Baked Bean Kid. Right, we can push it up to 70 now. Access will kick in a minute. Goes. Use the air brakes, get the train slowing down. That's it, under 60, good to go. Back up to 70 again. There's no stops on this section of the line, but they don't really keep you busy speeding up and slowing down. It's because of the curves. Direct TSW20 is you get the core game features for free. You'll just get an upgrade. If what you want are the routes, then you'll be able to buy TSW20 over the top, which will then add the missing routes to your collection. If you're not bothered about the routes, then you'll get everything else for free automatically. think we're too far from the yard down here now. Look for the main highway crossing. Time to penalties kicked in. And it's out. Yeah, that's what I thought, Derek. It didn't look like we're too far from Oak Point. In fact, that might be the main highway crossing over there. Set down to 55. Access is shut up. Yeah, that's the main highway there. So Oak Point is just over here on the left. There is the control tower. So I'm guessing Hunts Point is going to pull off on the left here shortly. Good for 60. Yep, there's the extra track, the fourth track on the left-hand side, so Hunts Point will show up shortly. Shut up, train. There's Hunts Point. Oh, sorry, this is Oak Point coming over on the left. Trash train sitting there ready to do something. Highway on the right. It's a double-decker highway, that one. Pete, is American signalling hard to learn? There's a lot more to it than the UK. There's quite a lot of different aspects, and each aspect has a speed limit assigned, so it is speed signalling. So you've got to kind of remember what all the different speeds are and what the rules are that you're being told. So you're being told that you have to slow down to a certain point and so forth. But you can get the hang of it. And there's some good guides online. The manual's been updated. San Francisco will keep you busy. That's got a mixture of speed signalling and route signalling on it. Any thoughts of running freight on Lear? So there's no NYNA license that we've got. I don't even think we've got any suitable trains for NYNA. So there is. We haven't modelled any. Oh, whoops. Put in suppression braking. So it tells me I'm slow enough. We're good. Oh, access isn't hard compared to PZB. There's not a. I just have to do what it says on this screen on the right-hand side. So it's telling me I can drive a maximum of 40 kilometers an hour, and I've got a clear signal aspect. So if I, you know, when you see the next thing, you see it's counting down now. So it's saying I've got 60 speed limit, actually, and it's now dropping me down to something else. If I was approaching the speed reduction curve, then the time to penalty would be giving me warning. Yeah, this is PTC Ronak. So I've now got a 50 limit, so I can speed up to 50. So you just do what this thing tells you to do. The only thing you have to remember is if you exceed that limit, the process for getting it into suppression braking and acknowledging to bring the speed back down again, which is just put the brakes in suppression starts flashing at 0.5 meters per second. It goes on solid at 1.5 meters per second, and you need to get the full solid to stop the alarm from sounding. Which is fine, it's not hard. No, it's a lot easier to learn this than PZB. Right, turn over to Hellgate. Does freight run on the Long Island? The New York and Atlantic Railroad are the spin-off that runs freight for the Lear. So, for example, on this line, you'll take trash trains down from here down to the yard here at Fresh Pond. Now, this line here is Long Island, is New York and Atlantic, connecting to the Lear, and this line goes on to the New York and Atlantic. So you'd bring the trash train down to here, and then an NY&A train would then take it on. So all of that's Long Island stuff. In terms of the Long Island, the route itself, I believe freight does run down there. Not a lot, but freight does run down there. We're good for 60. Right, we'll be turning right, bound for New York shortly. Not watching the time to penalty. Right, we're now turned for New York. Good night, Ninja Joker. Hold speed for under 50 for the moment. We're going to get bumped to 60 shortly once you finish the curve. That's the Long Island coming in on the left. I think this is Harold interlocking or something. Sunnyside will be coming up on the right hand side momentarily. Give it some beans. Don't use the bean's name in vain. Yellow green advance approach. Drop down to 45. Motorcycle Haze, thank you very much for the cheers, much appreciated. Approach limited, not advance approach. Now we're on approach. Whoops. It didn't like that. I got that wrong. Thank you. Being a bit altogether too relaxed on the braking sometimes, I think. Let's get up to the 30. Managing the speed with the dynamic brake. Acela, hey, how's it going? There's no changes to the NEC route that I'm aware of, Acela, nothing I can think of. Well, we're at the bottom of the tunnel now, changing for an uphill grade shortly. There we go, we're now uphill. There's a bug in the tunnel lighting back there, Tordek, where it sort of everything appears super bright. It's like the baking didn't take in that bit of the tunnel, annoyingly. Right, rolling it back out the other side now. Right, drop into 15 shortly. E-brakes to ease it down. $350 to the 15, which gets us into the main part of the submerged area of Penn Station. 800 yards to our stop. Alonso, why playing this game? If you're a train enthusiast, if you want to see what it's like to drive a train. It's quite good fun, but then I'm slightly biased. I'll let the chat answer the question for you. You get a slightly less biased opinion. Hey, NA East Rail fan, how's it going? Right, we're in the 15 any second now. This is the main part of the submerged area. Restricting aspect. Back to approach. Eventually find our platform. Throttle off, coast to a stop. Pedant. Right, wait momentarily before we get clearance to proceed for the next half of the journey. I've got nothing in Sunnyside. I wonder if my SW1500 DLC is not working. Awesome, Inspector Tiger. That's what I like to hear. That is what I like to hear. Ugh, I hate this wait at Penn. I mean, in reality, it's a lot longer than this. I think this is a 5-minute wait. In reality, it's a 15-minute engineer turnaround because they end and start their shifts at Penn Station. So in reality, a real engineer would stop at Penn and then go off their break, or start at Penn. You wouldn't drive through Penn. No, there's no time skip. That's quite complicated, trying to do a time skip. No, so Ronald, what would happen here is that as an engineer, I would now shut the cab down and go for my break. Another engineer would come and take the train, set it up, and then after the swap over, he would then take it on down south. And similarly, when a train comes back to Penn, that engineer would get off, another engineer would get on and take it north. So the Penn is the engineer changeover point. Oh, he might get off this train, go and get on one of the ones coming in north and take that one without necessarily having a break. But it wouldn't surprise me if they schedule a break in, because it's New York Penn to Boston, I assume, and New York Penn to Washington. So they're not short journeys. Slim gaming, kind of, but I let's just wait till tomorrow, because I'm not 100% sure how the pricing is all going to work out. Almost there. Now, is this a Secaucus train, or is this a skipping train? Rolling. Turn our racket off. Amtrak the Empire livery. Oh, nice, Ronick. Quasimodo impression. What? What are you on about, baked bean kid? Oh, the bells, I get it. Yeah, fair enough. It's the wrong time of day for me to be able to respond to sharp wit. So it's a good job there's no one here with any. Right, we're on the 1 in 50 down to the West River. I'm allowed up to 20 now. Woohoo! Nice baby kid. Oh, going around the horseshoe curve. Yeah, I bet that was a real treat, Derek. You know you're about halfway through this tunnel when it changes to an upgradient. That's it. We're level that it's easing off down to 183, 167. So it should change for an upgradient shortly. That's it, we're on the up gradient now. One in 83. That should drop up to the 1 in 51 in a minute. Oh, we'll get out of the tunnel shortly. Visit France, take the Eurostar. Yeah, it is fast. 320. Well, if you got the other one, it'd be 320 kilometers an hour. .4 miles to a 90-mile-an-hour speed limit, where we can actually speed up a bit. Oh, we're missing Secaucus. That's good. Newark Penn and Newark International. It's closer to an ICE-4 run at gaming, or the new ICE-3 as they call them, as the other one. Actually, it is the new ICE-3. I think is very similar to the 374. Valero Ds, yeah, that's the ones. Yeah, Valero Ds are the newer high-speed ones. The other ones, the 373s, they run at 300 kilometers now. 186 miles per hour. Oh, this is exciting. The red paint scheme, that sounds like Talis, Ronak. Come on, end of tunnel, where are you? I think I see the end of the tunnel, or a smudge on my screen. No, I am imagining it. It's the highlighted dot in the middle of the screen. Ah, now I think we might have a tunnel and exit. Come on, you tunnel exits. The problem is the signalling in these tunnels has got a bug in it, which means it's holding me to 20. It should actually be letting me run to line speed at 60. Super annoying. Talis goes all over the place, Ronak. $200 yards till the 90 limit. Things are going to get sped up in a minute. Mind you, now we've got to wait for a code change point, essentially. 300 yards. Only the one generation difference, Baked Bean Kid. Felt like 3 or 4. Yeah, you're a star of scrapping the 373s. Good. Give it beans. They were pretty worn out, Baked Bean Kid. They were showing signs of poor reliability. See you later, Pete. Thanks for joining us. And generally harder to maintain, whereas the new Valero D based ones, different maintenance contract, brand new equipment. So different proposition, really. Good night, Derek. Another one going the other way. Drop speed down to 60. .6 for Newark Penn, and then probably another couple of miles to get down to Newark International Airport. Yep, Siemens Valero D, yeah. Right, we should be able to push it to 90 next. There we go. Except it's already wanting me to slow back down to 60, so we'll just keep it at 60. Hey Homer, just finishing up, to be honest, won't be much longer now. We've got to stop at Newark Penn and Newark International and then we're done. I wanted to do one of each of Rapid Transit, GWE and NEC tonight as a sort of a farewell to TSW 19. Obviously we can still play these routes. But why not, basically? 2.2 miles now for Newark. .45. No, that was from another TS1 route, I think, that airplane. If you look at the actual airplane, it's complete nonsense. The way that the engine nacelles are doesn't make any sense at all. But that's fine. Right, this is Newark Penn we're coming into now, just after the bridge here. Penultimate station. It's the Newark Penn ultimate station. Also dropped down ready for this 35 as we come into Penn. We made it. We're only 10 minutes late. Thanks, Tunnel. Oh, Wreckfest is incredible. Slam Door fan. Absolutely incredible. If you're going to join us on Friday, make sure you have got the very track pack installed from Steam Workshop. Right, on departure we're cleared up to 35 miles an hour. Just gonna wait for the yellow bar to whiz round. Awesome, Slam Door, awesome. But yeah, get some career stuff done and build up your funds and buy some cars. And as you do career, you're given cars, so run through career or don't buy cars until you really want to. So there's a countdown distance up here, Alex, that was telling me the right place to stop. I quite badly overshot by about 40 yards, but never mind. It doesn't matter. So you notice that says 2.4 miles, so that'll take you all the way in. Right. Newark Liberty, here we go. It's streaming for a while. 3 hours 40 minutes. Remember I started really late. Good for 70. Although we're going to get dropped back to 40. Worry about that when we get dropped back to 40. Oh, I didn't do it quick enough. I didn't get it into full suppression braking. Like a donkey. Yeah. Fail. Hey, Duke of Scotland, how are you doing? Got a red, yellow down coming up next. .30 limits on our final mile. Nebworth. I missed that station once. I missed Nebworth once. And now missing a station is called doing a Nebworth. I was rather relying on the good brakes on the Talent, it wasn't I? Yeah, right, Paddy. .900 yards. Yeah, I had all the passengers hanging their coats out the window like sails. That wasn't working either. Oh, that's good to hear, G Cook. I hope I'll look forward to getting your thoughts once you actually get your hands on it tomorrow, about 4 o'clock. Yeah, there was Bedford. There was that station on the Leeds Manchester route. There was Liverpool Manchester route. Sorry. There was the one on the North Jersey Transit line, New Jersey Transit line that I did. I can't remember what that one was now. Yeah, I've missed a couple of stations. Jake, I'm going to be finishing any minute now, as soon as this load unload finishes and the service ends. Off he goes. Bye bye 2019.